in my experience, a lot of women that make a lot of money are somewhat high strung, so they're not going to date men that make less than them anyway. So
That's kind of true too.
it's everything's out here is hypothetical.
I
The
know.
fact that he bagged her and she made more, good for him.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Life After I Do. I'm your host, Nesha G, and I'm here with my husband. I'm here with y'all know who.
What?
Y'all know who.
You better introduce me right,
You always introduce yourself. I always just say I'm here with my husband.
because I got the same vibe from when the nurse asked you who was going to be in the room as you give birth, and you're going to say him.
Him. Him right here.
I can't. I said, did she just say him? Like I'm not the father
Him.
of this child? Him?
You want me to say the father, the one, the only.
It's your husband, Molethal.
Hey, babe.
I'm hot.
Obviously, you done popped a mile and you sweating.
I'm hot.
Wait a minute. I said that at the dance studio because like it was, when we did rehearsal the other day
Mm.
and I'm running back and forth trying to change her and going back and forth and I'm hot and it's hot outside. Everyone's sweating. There's kids everywhere, people getting dressed. And I was like, my friend Ashley was like, "Oh my gosh, girl, you sweating." I was like, "Girl, I done popped a molly and I'm sweating." And she was like, "You better not say that out loud. Some parents might think you actually do drugs." And I was like, "You're right. Never mind."
You do drugs. It's called me. I'm your drug.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, she was like, "You better not say that too loud because some parents might take that
I'm
serious." I
your
was
drug.
like, "You're so right. Let me
I'm
not."
I'm your drug. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'm addicted to you.
Okay. I'm addicted to loving you.
Oh
What you
my
know about
gosh, I
that?
haven't heard that in
You know about
forever.
that, girl? Don't
I'm addicted to loving
you don't know
you.
about? I mean, don't let me get my R&B bag. I've been a lover all my life.
Can you? I don't know why. Okay, so what was I thinking about? Something had came up, but I was thinking of. Oh, I was listening to Kevin Melissa, and he was talking about how Melissa still has like the very first gift that he got her when they went on their first date, like when they first started
Uh-huh.
dating. And I was trying to think, what was the first thing that you had got me? And I was thinking back in high school, and remember you were able to send those crush, like those crush
That was like
grams.
a Valentine's Day thing.
Was it? Yeah, but that's the first thing that came to mind. That's the only thing I can remember. Do you remember the first thing you ever bought me, like when I became your girlfriend?
Probably some food, knowing you.
Probably chili cheese fries.
You probably killed that
Goodbye. It was not.
ASAP.
It was not. I do remember you sending the crush gram. And like,
Yeah.
because when they were passing, I remember because when they were passing them out and everybody's like sitting in class and when like one of the little ASB people came around and had like the basket with all the graham crushes in there and all the girls were like sitting there or the guys were sitting
Strawberry
there
Crush.
trying to see like who sent them a graham crush or like if anyone's gonna get a graham crush.
Strawberry Crush.
Yeah, I remember that. You weren't the only one who sent me a graham
Yeah, I'm
crush,
pretty
but
sure you.
yours was most special because I was dating you.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of
Go ahead and
crush grams.
sugarcoat that hoe.
I didn't have a lot. I remember having 3.
Oh, yeah, yeah, hoe.
I remember. How does that make me a hoe? I was dating you.
Yeah,
I've been dating you my whole life.
yeah, hoe.
Stop a little pussy.
It's 7 p.m. Friday.
It's 95 actually, it's 104 degrees.
Still hot.
It's 7 p.m. Friday.
How was your week, Booski?
It was good. It was good. Baby girl had her recital this
That's
week. She was so cute. Baby was so cute.
she looked just like me. So of course she was cute.
She does have your forehead. She does.
If she could just get my attitude, it'd be better.
No, she does have your attitude,
No,
and
she
that's the
don't.
problem.
No, she don't.
She absolutely does have your
She
attitude.
too
And
nice
then
to
when
have
she
my
gives it
attitude.
back to you, you take it as disrespect or her like being flip mouth. And I keep telling you, it's you.
She don't have my attitude because
Okay.
she too nice to people. I'm not nice to people.
Okay.
I'm not nice to nobody.
That's not true. I don't know why you try to create this persona that you're just like so mean. and you're just like the big bad wolf. You're not.
Okay.
You're quite
Let
literally
me
mush like marshmallow in the middle.
for you, I'm that nigga in the streets.
Don't let him fool you.
All right, test me if you want to.
Okay.
It's well known.
Anyway.
It's well known. I don't. What I don't play about.
Okay. Anywho, my week was good.
That's good.
Very busy.
Yeah, I know.
How do you know?
Because some things got done, some things didn't get done.
Yeah, I was busy. My baby required a lot of my attention this
Yeah, I
week.
know.
A lot of my
Yeah,
attention.
I know that I know too.
Sound like my biggest hater.
No, she
You
my
hate the
biggest
way
fan.
that I talk. You hate the way that I dress.
That was not correct. Oh my god.
Oh
Every
gosh.
time you talk about
Ugh.
like rap and the rap beef, you let Watts down.
What are you talking about? Oh my
You really do
gosh.
let Watts down.
Oh, I don't let nobody down because I have a good time. So I got a good laugh out of it. And that's really
You
all that
let Watts
matters.
down.
But how was your week?
Um, it was cool. I was excited to see my baby perform, do
Mm-hmm.
her thingy thing. She was so excited up there.
She was so excited.
And this year's show was a lot better than last year's show.
Absolutely.
Now I am getting over a little cold or whatever. So, um, I mean, I got good news and bad news from the doctor on this past Friday, so that was good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, good and bad. Other than my baby showed out on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
She
I
did
wouldn't
it.
say it was bad news, but it's just you
Well,
need to work on some
okay,
things.
okay. Don't put my business out there.
I'm, I just, you're the one who brought it up.
And the work's just a grind. I'm counting down the days to the day of excitement.
Oh, her birthday.
Yeah, I'm just counting down.
Yeah. It was just so weird that she
Her
had a
dream.
dream.
Yeah,
Yeah, her dream. Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure one of these grandmas done told her.
Well, I mean, she's been like I would have your mom on speakerphone the last time we had spoke.
Uh,
And to my knowledge, Phoenix was upstairs asleep.
but she
And
wasn't. She be
your
fake
mom was
sleeping.
your mom kept saying like she kept saying it. She kept
Yeah,
saying like, "Well, who's all going to and what are we wearing to?" And then I can't wait to spoil her at. And then like 5 minutes later, she walks downstairs and she's like, "Mm, good morning, mom."
stop talking to people on speakerphone.
It's like,
You know when
well,
that child is
I
in.
didn't have my headphones
You know
nearby,
when that
so
child's in the house, you don't get no privacy.
I know. So you do have to be careful. Just like last night at dinner, we thought she was asleep
Mm,
and we were talking about the dream, and then she pops up out of nowhere and
mm.
she's like, "I was at the gift shop." And
She wild,
she
bro.
just went right back to sleep. She said she had a dream that she had went to Disneyland. And she was like, I said, "Well, what happened in your dream? What did you do there?" And she was like, "Oh, I got to go to the gift shop and I got to pick out anything that I wanted." I said, "Is that what happened in the dream?"
I said, good thing it was a dream because somebody got a budget.
She was like, "I got to pick out anything that I wanted." And I was like, "Did you?" And she was like, "Mhm." And I was like, "What did you get?" And she was like, "I got a Anna, I got an Elsa, and I got the water horse." It was a really big water
That's good.
horse.
I can tell you what. It something just triggered me. I can tell you what the low light of my week was.
Oh gosh. What?
PF motherfucking chains. I said, how the mighty has fallen. I said, I am
Uh,
not going back here ever again.
I mean, my food was good. The chicken wasn't good. I
Nothing
will
about there
say
was good.
the chicken that you get in
The
the pad thai,
the ambiance wasn't
it wasn't
good.
good.
Nothing was. It wasn't the vibe. We should have went to Dwayne's.
Yeah, you and me.
I said, left me in.
Yeah,
I wasn't taking your mama.
I was listen here. I don't have money to pay for a third person.
I wasn't gonna take your mama.
Like that'll be something I can treat her to, like with just the two of us. That's just like a two thing, like a twofer.
She would have had appetizers. She'd been
Who?
fine. My daughter.
Oh yeah, but no, still probably still wouldn't take her either.
No.
But yeah. I mean, here's the thing: like the flavor of my pad thai from PF Chang's was
We're
good.
not finna give a whole review. We're not Keith.
What?
We're not Keith.
What?
We're not Keith. But if we look, Keith would have said
Goodbye.
1 out of 10.
Goodbye.
But we're not Keith.
Goodbye.
We gonna let Keith do his thing. We don't do what Keith do.
No, but I would have no, I would just say The chicken, I don't know what's going on with the chicken, um, but I didn't like the chicken. It
But
was like chicken pieces, and then they were, like, fried too hard or something, and then they put the sauce on the pad thai. It just
it
wasn't
was
working.
just bad all around.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it was I mean, mine was okay. Like I said, mine was okay.
The Yogurtland was better.
Goodbye. You like the ribs?
They were cool.
Yeah, they were okay as an
The
appetizer.
rest of it was trash.
Okay, and but the slaw that came with it was actually really good. It was just so
I'm not
damn
that I'm
spicy.
not
I don't
that
understand.
I'm not that old yet. I don't eat coleslaw.
I don't listen
That's an
here.
old people meal.
I used to eat coleslaw like it was going out of business when I was a kid. I loved KFC's coleslaw when I was a kid. Loved it. Then I grew up.
These are things had I known,
Then I grew
I
up.
probably wouldn't have dated you.
Goodbye. Then I grew up and I realized that coleslaw was trash and I stopped eating
It's
it.
been trash from the beginning.
Then
Just like
last
okra,
night,
trash.
you, you almost made me say something. God forgive me, because you I almost slipped. Like I really had to. I like forgot who I was talking to for a second.
You was gonna call me
I
what?
was I was going to say something. Okra's not trash.
Okay.
Okay. Um.
You do love slime in your mouth. What we got today, Booskies?
I don't. I'm not done. I'm not done.
Oh, go ahead and finish.
Okay.
Finish your slime story.
I just. First of all, Okra's not trash. Second of all, you got me all thrown off. What was I talking about? My P.O. chains?
Mhm.
Yes. It wasn't mine wasn't too terrible. Your daughter, she eats noodles in general.
No matter what kind of
It
noodle it
doesn't
is,
as long as it's a noodle,
as long as it's a noodle,
she'll eat it, so it
just
doesn't matter.
gobble it up.
But yeah, like I would just say the only complaint that I had really was the chicken
Mm.
pieces. But we're on our way to ixnaying chicken in general. Like all it's gonna take is for me to get one bad rotisserie chicken, and
The
then I'm completely done.
the black in me won't let you do that. What
It's
we got
not
today?
it's
What we
not
got today,
it's really
Booskies?
not gonna
'Cause
matter.
you're not finna.
No, I'm not
You're
done
not.
telling you
You're
about
not.
my week.
No, because I'm not finna hear you
No,
sit here and butcher chicken like it ain't been good to
listen
you
here.
all
Oh,
these years.
I wanted to really quick, as part of like things that are happening now. The new Tyler Perry movie,
Oh God.
Divorce in the Black.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
3 minutes, 48 seconds into the movie.
Oh my God. Okay.
And I
Cut it off.
about cut it off. About cut it off. Those of you who have already seen it,
It was probably
the
trash.
first scenes, like the first 7 minutes of the movie, the funeral scene, those who have seen it know exactly what I'm talking about. I was about ready to turn it off, but then I was really intrigued because then I needed to know what happened after that.
So it
Um,
worked.
it worked, obviously. But the only thing is, I would say, like, when I talked to my mom today, because she wants to watch it too, and she was like, "Did you like it?" And I was like, I would give it like a 6.8 out of
That's
10,
bad.
maybe a 7.
That's low.
Yeah, maybe a 7, and the only reason why is because I feel like the beginning part obviously, like, captivated me, drew me in, like, I was ready to see how this was gonna happen, how big of a fool he was for the act.
Hmm.
Um, but towards the middle end, everything became really predictable for me, like, I literally predicted the end,
Hmm.
like, verbatim. I knew exactly what the game plan was, what she was gonna do, so that was a little anticlimactic for me, and, just basically the ending, how it ended, like, with him and his family and everybody, I was just like I just feel like it was, like, wrapped up. I feel like they started off really strong, and then through the middle, it kinda plateaued a little bit, and then some like, maybe the writers got tired or something, or they needed to, like, wrap it up to fit the time constraints, or maybe it's an editing thing, and everything was just wrapped up super quick in the end, and it was wrapped up so quickly that it was really predictable. But I will say, what is his name? Corey Hardrick? Is that how you say his name? Corey Hardrick? He played the hell out of that part. Like, I was real
He
convinced with the
wasn't
whole
playing. That's his life with Tia.
listen, I was like, he was giving me like Ike vibes. He was giving me like, I don't know, but I was looking at him and I said, this
I mean,
feels very convincing for
let me
me.
apologize. I ain't seen the movie. I'm just talking about that
Right.
movie.
Don't do
I'm
that.
sorry, sir.
Don't do that.
I'm sorry.
But he was very convincing, and I don't know where they was going with the whole haircut, and then like the his beard thing. I don't know. That just kind of threw me off too. But he really did his big one in his acting. I was very convinced in how he portrayed the
Mm,
character.
okay.
But like I said, overall, I would probably give the movie like a 6.8, maybe a 7, but really not higher than a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
You,
So
you got that off your chest?
really,
Because that almost put me to sleep.
really, really,
Yeah.
you're so freaking annoying.
Thank you.
You're so annoying.
I
It's
love
not.
you.
It's not. It's not a good thing to be.
I love you too, baby.
It's not a good thing to
I
be.
love you too, baby.
No, I don't love you right now.
That's fine. I
It's
love you
not.
all the
It's not a
time.
good thing to
I
be.
got enough love for both of us.
No, I don't think you do.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I don't think you do. Okay, so I have a video for you, and I
Okay.
wanted your reaction and your thoughts about it. I thought it was pretty interesting because I
Let me
feel
let
like
me
I
just
had one point of view about it, but then I totally understood where he was coming from
let
too.
me
So I
le-
was like, let me
well,
ask
let
my
me just have
husband.
this disclaimer. I'm not in the best place as far as fatigue goes right now.
That's not an excuse.
So I'm saying I may be a little blunt and harsh.
It's called self control. So
I ain't got none.
yeah, I know. I know. You could exercise a little bit
Play the
in
play the
your
damn video.
life with
Play
self
the play the
control.
video before I turn into ice.
No, it doesn't feel good, does it?
Eat the cake,
It
anime.
doesn't feel good, does
All
it?
right, anime.
Good boy.
Good boy. I'm a dog now. What is going on?
Say goodbye.
What is going now? I'm a
Okay,
dog?
listen to the video. Are you ready?
I guess.
A man who makes less than his wife, right? He goes to her and he says, "You know what, boo? I know you want that backyard fence. I'm gonna save my next 2 paychecks. I'm gonna put some money away from the next 2 checks and build that fence. Your wife make more money than you. So you know what she says? I'll take my money and pay for it now so we can get it right now. This is the reason and the way that a man will feel small with a woman who make more than him. Because your question would probably
It ain't
be,
about the, yeah.
what should she do in the situation? I mean, she has more money. They could get it now. He just told his lady his plan, and she stepped on it with her wallet.
Yeah.
My mind says, I can do this as a man. I can figure this out. But before I even put my plan in action, here comes her plan, her money. When this man goes to his wife, who just stepped on his plan as a man with her wallet, and he says, I don't like the fact that you did that. I want to build the fence. I want to do it my way. I need your money. You try and put your money. What does he say? What Jada just said. He's trying to make her feel like she's not her. That's not it.
Right.
Y'all gaslight, because that's not the issue. The issue is this man wanted to be a man and build the fence. He wants to do that for his wife. I want to take money out of this check and this check to do this for you, right? When they get into it, and this is where the relationships crumble.
Ooh, I see it.
When they get into it, and
I
he
see it.
tells her, I did the fence for you. I had to pay for it. But you didn't have to pay for it. But you did it. But you didn't let him be a man. Because ladies, the ladies who are asking what should the woman have done in that situation? Shut your ass up, sit your ass down, and let that man save 2 checks and build that fence. Yes. There's a
So what are your thoughts?
About what this was that?
Don't play with me. I'm not in the mood this evening. I'm not
You
in
in
the
a
mood.
mood?
No, you finna put me in a mood, and you're not gonna like it.
I like every mood you got.
No, you don't.
So sexy.
Okay.
My thoughts is I agree with what they said.
Mhm.
I think that's why it's not so much that men have a problem with their lady making more. It's the perceive how can I say this without being canceled?
How can I say this without being canceled?
It's the
Just say it.
it
It's the ego and arrogance that comes with her
right.
making more money than him.
Right. So it feels like his leadership and his role or his word is less than because financially she's more than. Because again, like I've stated before, it's like if you're gonna use money to dictate the hierarchy, in a situation, you know, um, and when the woman makes more, then she feels like she's more important than the man, right? Even though in this situation, in ways, I'm not saying all overall. Calm down. I saw your
I
face.
didn't say
I
anything.
saw your face. Your face says enough. I've been with you a long time.
I
All
was
right.
just thinking about your choice of
All
words.
right.
That's all.
Oh, I told you I'm sleepy. Um, it's because in that instance, she was not allowing him to be a man, right?
I agree.
And
Or take leadership.
or take leadership
Agree.
or take the lead, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of times, um, you know, it can be suffering because it's like, yes, she may out earn me, but she's not allowing me to use my talents in other ways to help her, right?
Mhm.
Because I don't care who you are financially, that's not
Yeah.
that's not the whole equation,
Or
right?
like utilizing
Right?
your provision in
Right?
more ways than just being
Because
financial.
if for instance, like if it was a situation where you make more than me, but I was handy. So let's say
Mhm.
you make more than me, but we're not paying for a repairman, we're not paying for an electrician, we're not paying for someone to build a fence per se, right?
Yeah.
I'm adding value in other ways, right?
Mhm.
And I'm still contributing my part. You just make more than I make,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of times when those roles are reversed, men don't look at it that way. We don't say, "Oh, I make more than you, so I'm over you," or you know what I'm saying. I'm going to just
Yeah.
overstep you
You like
in
it.
in a decision, right?
Mhm.
We like what?
Making more than your woman.
It don't bother me.
Did it bother you when I made more money than you in the
No,
past?
no, not really. Only when you try to flex.
Never, never.
Uh,
Gosh, you are just
I just waited my time because I knew my time would come. And now look at you. Ain't never told me to stop working. You ain't never
I
told me.
made more than you, but I didn't make enough to take care of
I
you.
told you you didn't have to work. So don't say act like
It's
you took.
not the same
So don't
thing.
sit here and act like you took care of me when you
Not
did
the
not.
same thing.
Don't let me get sassy.
Oh gosh, you're already sassy.
Sassy.
Finish your thought.
So it's a hard situation and it's a hard situation to be in general for a man, right?
Mhm.
Because as a man, like I always say, a good man, you have a want and a need to provide and
Yeah.
to be financially capable as well as mentally capable and physically capable for your wife and for your family. And when one of those dynamics are removed, it's hard to then fill the void of of what that is lacking, right? So it's hard for me to be able to say, okay, I know financially I don't match her,
Mhm.
but I can protect her physically and I can help out around here in other ways. I can install doors, I can install,
Mhm.
whatever the case may be. So I'm saving us money there that don't have to be spent. And I know this to be true because this is even true of you, right? Sometimes women just don't have the patience to wait for when a man has time to do something.
Or resources to do something.
Right.
Mhm.
So because
That's what I
and
was gonna
because
say.
I'm gonna talk about my woman because I can't speak for all women. What my woman does is if we can have somebody come in today,
I need it taken care of
even though I
today.
tell you, hey babe, I got a couple days off coming up,
I know.
but I want it done today.
Yeah.
And in my
It's been
mind,
bothering me for a week, so
I'm thinking, well, I can save me $1 by doing this myself. And but in your mind, I can go ahead and get this peace of mind.
well, because you can't preach saving $1 in this instance, but then don't mind wasting 10 in the next instance.
First,
Like that don't make sense to me. And that's why, like for me personally, as your woman, that's why when things like that happen with us and you be like, babe, just wait because then we can save. I'd be like,
I say the money.
don't pick and choose when to be a saver. Either you're a saver and a budgeter in most aspects, but don't do it when I want something done now. Don't implement being on budget and stuff when I want something
We
done
on
right now.
budget when it's something I can get done myself. So anyway, to that regard, it's very hard because if you're going to overstep me all the time because you have the money to,
Yeah.
then in some regard you're not honoring me
Right. Or respecting
because
you as the leader and the husband. Yeah.
you're looking down at me. You're
Mhm.
like you said, you're belittling me and my status in this relationship.
Right.
You don't at this point you don't even see me as equal because now you're willing to override what I say based off of your emotions or what you want done in that moment.
And I can understand that. Now, here's the other thing to that.
Go
I
ahead,
don't
go ahead
think
and woman it up.
I don't think I don't think women sometimes think about it in that aspect, because if we are together and we're one and it's you and I and this is a partnership, when I say like, "Okay, that's cool, babe. I can just front it up right now because, I have the money or we have the money, and then we can go ahead and take care of it now." Some women would be thinking like, "Okay, like it's just money. It's fine." Like I
But
know that,
you're dealing with
babe,
his
I
pride.
I understand that. But I understand that. I agree with what he said. I don't disagree with what he
Mhm,
said. But what I'm saying is the other end of that are women who are not looking that deep into it.
mhm,
Like there are some women who are not going to look that deep into it and just be like, "Okay, it's just money. Like I've made more than you probably the whole relationship or whatever. I'm not using my money as a means to emasculate you or to disrespect you or to say like this isn't something you can get done. I'm fully capable like and aware that you can get this done. You've done it in the past or you fixed something else around the
mhm,
house. What I'm saying is instead of me having to wait for 2 weeks, we have the money
mhm,
now. Doesn't really matter where the money came from, whether I made the money or whether you made the money. That's how she could be thinking. Like, the money is the money.
mhm.
If we have it now and it's in my bank account, let me go ahead and pay for it, and we can have our patio and plan a pool party
Let
next weekend. But like I said, I don't disagree with what he has said because I do think that it does set a precedent when something like that continuously comes up. Like
okay.
if you're asking him for something or you go to him and you're like, "Oh, I need this done," or "I wish we could like, have I want a 3 foot tall fence that's put around my garden or whatever."
Mhm,
And he's like, "You know what? I can take care of that for you on Saturday. I just got to go get the tools, and then next Saturday I can build it for you." And by you constantly stepping on him and being like, "You know what? Well, the landscapers, they're going to be out this weekend and they can do everything in one day. They're just gonna charge us an extra $100. I got the extra $100."
mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I
Can
can
I
understand that.
can I flip it?
Flip
Flip
it, reverse it, rub it down, smack it, however you like.
We are not in the bedroom. Calm down.
What, babe?
So, this would be like to flip it, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's say you plan a vacation
Mhm.
and you try to book all these things that you think that we both would be into, right?
Mhm.
And at every turn, I'm complaining about what's been chosen,
Mhm.
right? So at every turn, I'm using all of my chest to shit on your plan, right?
Not all your
Right?
chest.
Would you not be miserable on that trip?
I'd probably be annoyed.
Right? Would it not
Yeah.
would it be something that you don't enjoy?
Probably
Would
not.
it be something that you'd want to have a conversation with me with?
Probably not.
Right? Right? So it's similar, right? So if you have a plan and you make these plans and then I step on your plans because I don't agree with your plans, is that me honoring you or because normal me would just go along with it and act like I'm having fun even if I'm not. That's
Yeah, but
normal.
that's not fair to you because you should have fun
Yeah,
too.
it's not fair to me, but I know how much work you've put in this, right?
Mhm.
So sometimes as a partner, you have to go along with the plan when it's not detrimental,
Mhm.
right? And in this instance, her waiting 2 weeks for a fence,
It was too long for her is
it
what she
wouldn't
was
have hurt
saying.
her.
It probably wouldn't have hurt her, but maybe we don't know all the context because maybe let me flip it. Maybe she had plans to have like a summer house party. Maybe the pool just got cleaned and now she was trying to invite everybody over and she wanted this to be done as quickly as possible. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. It maybe it's not something that she thought about in terms of, am I emasculating my husband? Am I shitting on his
I can
plans as a
I
man?
can
Am I like
I
that's
can
what
guarantee you she didn't think about it because y'all think about our feelings.
okay, but that's what I'm trying to say. I understand it from what he is saying. I can understand and feel how that can
Mhm,
make you feel as though you're not valued
mhm,
or that you're not respected and that her wallet just
mhm.
topples on top
This is
of
this is
his
this
word.
is
I get
no
that, but I'm just saying open your mind and also try to think about it from her perspective. But if that's the case, then that also needs to be a conversation. So if something like that was to happen, or if she stomped on him with her wallet, he can then come back and just explain to her how that makes him feel.
I mean, there's a lot of nuances and intricacies that are not listed and that could be. There's a lot of possibilities, right? But at the end of the day, for me personally, I feel like she did step on him in that situation. She did step on his ego. She stepped on his pride. She stepped on him as a person, right?
As a
Because
person?
yeah, as a man, she stepped on him as a
Okay,
man
well, I'm like, as a person,
because he's saying like this is how I'm providing value to my family, and now you're taking because basically it's like
it
saying
doesn't seem like that's what he said to her though. But go ahead.
if he's taking his time and resources to build this fence, right? He's
Mhm.
adding value in his eye, right?
Yeah.
Right?
And he's doing
Right?
something for his
Right?
woman.
So it's like he said, "I'm gonna go ahead and put this 100 here and take care of this," and she said,
Mm.
"Oh, that's not enough," and she flicked him
No,
off.
no, Maurice.
Yeah,
That's literally
yeah,
not no.
right, yeah.
No,
Because
he's just saying that
listen
she
to
is
me,
saying that, okay, I
listen to
have the
me,
money now. I don't
listen to
have to
me,
wait 2
listen to
weeks
me,
for you to come up with the
listen
money.
to me. He said, "Here go my 100 can get it."
And she flicked it away
She
like
said,
that.
"My 100 can get it done in 2 weeks." She said,
And she said,
"But my 3 can get it done today."
she flicked it away, babe.
So pretty
You're
much
so damn
so
dramatic.
pretty much what she did, they were playing spades and she put the big joker down.
I don't play spades, so
I can't even make references anymore.
I've never played spades a day in my life.
She whipped out the blue shell on Mario Kart.
Oh, that's a little dramatic, don't you think?
That's all women are is dramatic.
No. But anywho, like I was saying, I totally agree with what he was saying. I was just offering a different perspective from the female side because maybe she wasn't thinking about it in those terms
Mhm.
because we are together. So whether we spend the $300 in 2 weeks or we spend the $300 today and I get it booked and they start on it tomorrow, in my head it's all the same. But again, going back, I can also see from a male's perspective, especially when providing and doing things for your woman is so important and for you to like you would say have the respect or be looked at as the leader in the relationship.
Mhm.
I can understand that. Now when he says that this is why men shouldn't date women who make more than them, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts
Do you
are
think that should even be like
this is why men who can handle women making more than them should not date women who make
more
more
than
than them.
them? Okay. So they should just if you can't handle it.
You can't handle it.
So do you think that can be something that could just be like a conversation? And if so, what how would that conversation go? Just like don't shit on me with your wallet.
Well, and my experience, a lot of women that make a lot of money are somewhat high strung, so they're not going to date men that make less than them anyway. So
That's kind of true too.
it's everything's out here is hypothetical.
I
The
know.
fact that he bagged her and she made more, good for him. He should know what came with it.
So so is she the prize or is he the prize?
I mean, he might be the prize because he might be helping her out in other ways.
Okay. I'm gonna use that to just I'm gonna use that to just
What?
go right on into
What? I mean, what's the problem? But think about. I'm saying like there's certain people value other things.
Y
So
men and
so
women value things that
right.
different things.
So maybe
Yes.
that he didn't check off the financial box, but he checking off the other boxes for her. Think about that.
Okay. So what's the problem with like her using her wallet then?
Because in the nature of a
I
man,
don't want you to make me feel like a whore.
in the nature of a man, you are not letting me live in my masculine era or my masculine self rather if you are going to belittle my plans because your wallet can outdo my plan. Because now what am if providing is what I'm here for,
And you don't allow me to do
and you're
so
not
in
allowing
my
me
capacity.
right.
See how we finish each other's sentences?
Oh. You finished that one.
Calm down, guys. It's an insight thing. Like,
Oh, it's inside, all right.
don't think he just like randomly calls me a hoe.
You like it, don't you?
But whatever. Okay. Thank you for that, babe.
That's it?
I appreciate
Well, that was
that.
that was a little one.
That was a little one. But I just want to hear your thoughts about it.
Okay, somebody cutting it short, huh?
Well, you are tired as well, so.
They never stopped you before.
We're just gonna head right on into our 2 cents,
I got 4 cents tonight.
which is like one of your favorites because you like the drama. I'm gonna start calling this section like
Segment.
this section. I'm gonna
Segment.
say section now, because now I'm gonna double down. Section.
Don't act like you from Watts now.
Goodbye.
You don't claim Watts.
Anyways, okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to waive my alimony because my ex-husband has cancer and can't afford it?
That's cool.
My ex-husband and I got divorced because of his infidelity. He married his affair partner. She was a prostitute 20 years younger than me.
Damn.
As part of our prenuptial agreement, we had agreed I would receive alimony for being a stay-at-home mom. I was a stay-at-home mom my entire marriage, and we had 3 daughters. He never had a problem with paying alimony after our divorce. We had to be friendly to maintain a good co-parenting relationship. My daughters were very hurt in the beginning, but learned to forgive my husband and his wife. They make TikToks with her all the time now. He ended up getting cancer, and because he became a big spender and had recently started his own business, the bills have been very hard on him. He and his wife asked if I could waive my alimony payments at least for a little while so that he can pay for his cancer treatments. I see no reason why they can't downgrade their quality of life. They live in a multi-million-dollar house, and his wife is decked out in designer clothes and has a full face of procedures. I told them no, and they have been pressing me to waive my alimony payments. They've even got my daughters to bring it up. He's called me cold-hearted and has said that he's been good to me and would have helped me out if I was going through a hard time as well. Am I the asshole? And also for edit, he has an early stage thyroid cancer. It's very treatable and he's not going to die.
I'm gonna say yes or no. Because he has been outside of the infidelity.
You can't say outside of the infidelity. That's the whole reason. How the hell you gonna say outside of the infidelity? Seems like he's been a model partner.
Outside of the infidelity, he has been good to her, right? And now he is on hard times. And I'm pretty sure you don't know the intricacies of their finances, so you don't.
Of course.
So you don't know. They may just be put on the front over there for all you know.
Not my problem though.
Right?
You shouldn't put up in the front so tough.
Here's the thing. This thyroid cancer may not die, but he may die because the cancer with the stress.
Yeah, it could speed up the cancer. The stress could speed up the cancer.
And so now your daughters won't have a father, and you won't have no alimony. So some that's the thing. Sometimes y'all don't play the long game. I wouldn't suspend them. I would throw them at the back end.
But how long is long enough? That's the thing. It's like you're asking me to temporarily postpone them.
A year.
But a year, and I'm getting paid every month.
She clearly doesn't need the money.
But if that's part of her income,
she don't need the money.
You don't know that. She was a stay-at-home mom their entire marriage, which means she didn't physically earn an income. And as part of their prenuptial agreement, which obviously he agreed to, and he wanted her to be a stay-at-home mom, she was technically like his employee. So that's her severance.
She don't need them. You don't get severance for life.
If you agree to me getting severance for life, I do get severance for life.
Hey man, look here.
That's my retirement. What are you talking about?
Then give him a couple months.
I don't know.
I don't know. So you living in your petty.
Might be.
The man is sick.
I know.
So, okay, so keep that.
Because guess what? Had you got sick while we were still married, you wouldn't even be worried about paying no alimony.
Keep that same.
You wouldn't be. And guess what? And you would still have my help, not only raising your children, but running the businesses and stuff for you, taking care of you, taking you to and from treatment. That
A-
wouldn't have been a problem. But let's see how that
okay.
fares out with your new wife.
And all I say is keep that same energy when your daughters are crying over his casket.
We all have to go sometime.
Mhm.
We all
And
deal
when
with
he go
it.
to alimony, go too.
But he lived up to his responsibilities.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you're really not thinking about the other end of that. What if that is money that she literally does rely on every single
And
month
she
to
not
live? So hold on. So you mean to tell me that he can go start new businesses, he can live in a multi-million dollar house, you can make, like, have me agree to not having an earned income for however long, however many years, and just being at home for your service and the service of your children and the service of your home for however many years, right? And then not only do you disrespect me in the biggest way possible, you do it with a prostitute. You leave me, you marry the prostitute that you've been having the affair with, and now that you and your wife, your new wife, have fallen on hard times while starting new businesses and paying for multi-million dollar houses, I'm supposed to acquiesce to your request for you to stop paying me when this is income that I rely on. So I'm supposed to put myself in a financial situation or a financial deficit to potentially not pay my bills and put myself in a situation so that you and your wife can get your bills back in order.
okay.
That
Here.
doesn't sound right.
It's
That
not.
don't sound
It's
right to
okay.
me.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'll say
Like,
this.
I get what you're saying.
I'll
I
say this.
do
I'll
understand
say
what you're
this.
saying for the sake of the
I
kids,
I will say
but
this. I will say this. I will say this. Now you don't have to, right?
don't have to what?
Suspend your payments,
Okay.
right? You don't have to, but be prepared for all that comes with that,
Okay.
right? So if down the line, if something does happen and he does actually pass away, be
Mhm.
prepared for the blame that your daughters are going to put on you.
Okay.
Be prepared for that, right?
Mhm.
And then what I'm not gonna say don't like, but what I hear in your answer is that your main answer of not helping him is the infidelity. I see that as a totally separate, different issue because we don't know the
The
status,
circumstances around
the
it.
circumstances, or the
I
status
can agree with
of
that.
the relationship, right?
I can
Because
agree with that.
they could have been in a place to where they hadn't, and like a couple weeks ago, 2 years. We don't know what it is
I can agree
because
to
she
that.
could have been a stay at home mom. She could have been overwhelmed. She could have been not feeling like herself, and the intimacy could have been fading between them. We don't know the circumstance
I
of
can
that, right?
understand that too, but
So
that's still
I'm
not a
dealing.
reason for infidelity. But go
Okay,
ahead.
but but we're not using the infidelity. You shouldn't use the infidelity to make a decision on the matter at hand
No, that's
because
not what I said. I said I included that. But what I'm saying is you also don't know if the alimony that he pays her is how she
she
lives.
didn't say that.
So okay, but they also didn't say why he cheated. So yeah, so two
But I
things
feel like
no, but you can't feel like what I'm saying
man,
is if okay, let's just say for instance, for shits and giggles, because we don't know he has to pay her $5,000 a month, right? She don't have no 401k. She ain't got no pension. She don't have a part-time job. She don't have a savings. She don't have nothing. And we also don't know how old those three girls are. What if those three girls are also still in her home that she's taking care of? And let's just assume that they're all under the age of 18. So she's still taking care of three kids. She's still at home. Now she's doing it completely by herself. And then she only has the income of the alimony that he pays her, which is just to replace, quote unquote, what she was making being a stay at home mom. But now he's outside of the circle, right? That's money that she pays her rent or her mortgage with. That's how she puts groceries in the house. That's how she puts gas in her car. That's how she pays her car insurance. That's how she pays her renters or her home insurance. That's how she buys the girls' clothes. That's how she gets them what they need for extracurricular activities. Now, if all of that money supplies her entire household, and then she says, you know what? He has cancer. I should be a little bit more warm hearted than that. I'm going to go ahead and allow you not to pay me for an entire year.
okay.
No,
Just how
I'm
I'm
going to
done.
allow you to pay me for and not pay me for an entire year. Where is she supposed to get an income from?
Okay.
I'm asking
I
you.
have no answer.
No, I'm asking you.
In your situation, I have no answer.
Okay. But your scenario is supposed to be so much more feasible, and she has to be so much more understanding. But when I give it to you that way, now it's just like, oh, I have no answer for that.
Because here's the thing. There's too many vague things in the thing, or in the post, right? For one, we don't know how much alimony she's getting, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
For two, she could be working. She didn't say that either,
Mm-hmm.
right? For three, she didn't say how long she's been receiving this alimony.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't say how old the kids are.
Mm-hmm.
But you're gonna sit there and skew everything so that she doesn't have to.
You just did the same thing.
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, you just sat up here and said, we don't know what the circumstances were. Maybe she was a stay-at-home mom and she wasn't feeling herself, and then the intimacy dwindled down, and that's what led to the infidelity. You don't know that's what led to the infidelity, but you just said all of that.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that you stacked all the chips into a place to where she needed the money.
Okay.
What I'm telling you is, from my answer that I gave you previously, she doesn't necessarily need the money. She just wants the money.
Okay, so just based off of the information that we have here. If she doesn't need
the money, she should waive the payments.
Okay.
If she needs the money, then don't waive them.
Okay, but I think that's literally what we're both saying. Because I do agree. If she doesn't absolutely need the money, like it is a necessity, I would say, yes, you could acquiesce to postponing, maybe not even a year, but maybe like 6 months, just to be like, hey, I'll meet you guys halfway. I can agree to that. But you don't know the circumstances. So you're also just assuming, you're like what you just said, you're also still just assuming that she's collecting the money, or that she's saying no because she's trying to be an asshole.
Okay. All right. This has been another episode of Life After I Do.
See how he do? You see how you do?
What I do?
You do it all the time. You
What I do?
You do it all the time. You can come up with all these scenarios, all these shenanigans, and it makes perfect sense. And you don't know why people can't understand it. But then I come up with something else, and then you be like, you stack everything nice and pretty and perfect, so that just based off of what she gave us here.
She
yes
don't
or
sound
no?
like somebody that needs the money.
Based off, but what? Okay, what in that makes her sound like she doesn't need the money? Tell me that. What makes her sound like she doesn't need the money? What key indicators did she say in there that attributed to her not needing the money?
The little petty edit at the end. That it's
What's
not
the petty edit?
Death cancer. It's just thyroid. He's not dying. Petty shit. You know how women get. Because she feel like she's been wrong.
So really, there's nothing in there. That said it.
Y'all say a lot of shit without saying shit.
You are full of shit. This has been another episode of Life After I Do podcast. If you are not doing so already, you can follow us on all of our social medias at Life After I Do podcast. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can also write into the podcast at lifeafteridopodcast@gmail.com. And you can also text us on, what is it, Apple?
Anywhere you listen to your podcast.
Oh, okay. Anywhere where you listen to your podcast.
On your mobile device.
On your mobile device. Okay. So if you guys have any questions, if there's a topic you want to hear us cover or anything like that, you can go ahead and send us a text message, or you can email us at Life After I Do podcast. You get a new episode every Wednesday, guys. And until then,
peace, Booskies.
Peace, Booskies.